Okay, today we have a matchup that you've probably never seen before. We have Zephyr versus Ivankov. I'm going to be piloting Ivankov, and my friend Kingsley will be piloting Zephyr. We both just like our little off-meta picks. I don't know, I've really been liking Ivankov for set 2. And my turn 1, I do not see my turn 1 play. I don't see my buggy or anything like that, so I just pass. And then he does the same. He just passes with the 2 Dawn turn. Now on my turn 3, or my Dawn 3 turn, I'm going to go ahead and play Doflamingo, which allows me to look at the top 5 cards of my deck and rearrange them in any way that I want on the top or on the bottom of the deck. And since I'm actually looking at them, that means that I saw the 7-drop Ivankov, and I'm probably just setting up so that on my 7 Dawn turn, I see Ivankov. And if I remember correctly, I saw the 6-drop Luffy and the 7-drop Ivankov, so I set it up that when I play the Ivankov, I'll grab the Luffy. I swing, and then he counters out. And then now it is Zephyr's turn. What will he do with 4 Dawn? Play Kuzan. Wow, didn't see it coming. Plays Kuzan, draws a card, and he passes. Now I'm on my 5 Dawn turn. Usually with Ivankov, you either play the Vanilla Crocodile or you play the 4-drop blocker, Mr. 3. It looks like I have a Mr. 3 in my hand because I'm using a Dawn to swing. Swing 6 at lead, and then he counters out with a 2K. And then, yep, I play Mr. 3. And since he has Kuzan on board, he actually might be able to clear it this turn. But Zephyr doesn't normally run Kobe, or at least they don't run for Kobe if they do run it. So, and I don't think he wants to Sakazuki for just a blocker. And he's just making sure, he's like, oh, is this the one that restands, like, if you trash a card? And I was like, yeah. So, its effect is that you can pressure with it as well. Like, if you swing with it, at the end of the turn, you do have the option to trash a card to restand it. And Kingsley is going to swing with Kuzan. And he's going to -4 Mr. 3, I'm pretty sure. So Mr. 3 will be a 0 cost, and I'll counter out with a Vanilla Crocodile. Just a 1k counter. And then he's going to just like put the dice on it to show that that's a 0 cost right now. He's going to attach 2 Dawn to lead, swing at lead for 7k. I thought about blocking for a second, but then I was like, no, I actually want that swing next turn. And you know, I stay strapped with the 2Ks, so I use Inazuma and Mr. 2, Mr. Bon, to counter out. He plays Borsalino. That's a great blocker, which is definitely 6k on my turn, and I think I forget about that. Yeah, I swing 5k at Kuzan, completely forgetting that Borsalino's a thing. That's a free block for Kingsley, and then I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about that card. I hate this card. So then I swing 5k at Kuzan. And the reason why I did it this way is because I just wanted him to drop extra cards, because I was planning on bouncing Kuzan regardless. Or if he... Yeah, because with the 7-drop, I play it, draw the card, draw into the Luffy that I set up earlier, and then I play the Luffy, and I use it to bounce Kuzan to make it more difficult. Because really, you just... Against Smoker, Zephyr, like, which if you're just playing against Black as Ivankov, this is actually your worst matchup. Because if they can safely establish a 10-drop Kuzan, it's kind of game over. Like, it's very hard. It is crazy. It's like an uphill battle, basically, after they establish 10-drop Kuzan. So basically, you just have to try and make them never feel comfortable playing it. So you gotta, like, just throw as much gas as you can at them before their 10 Dawn turn, and just hope that they aren't safely able to establish it by then. Kingsley's going to go ahead and just swing 5k into lead. I'm going to go ahead and take that. I think it's just to make sure that I have the 2 cards in hand in case I want to counter out of something else. The 2 cards in hand for the 6-drop Luffy's effect. And he's going to go ahead and play Kuzan again. Draw a card. That is value. And then he'll also play another Borsalino, which puts me in a weird predicament. I'm not going to probably go heavy with the double attack swing then. And I remember I was thinking, I was like, oh, do I bounce a Borsalino or Kuzan? I was like, I like, it's kind of weird when he has so many Borsalinas on field. I don't even know if I establish a 7-drop Ivankov. I don't even know if that's the play, to establish another 7-drop Ivankov because of the 2 Borsalinos. Because if I'm just swinging 5k with everything, then he can just get a free block. So then I swing 7k at lead. He's going to go ahead and take that. And now I'm kind of in a predicament right here, because in my hand, I already have the 7-drop and Luffy in my hand. And I kind of want to swing with Luffy first and then do, you know, bouncing the Kuzan. But if I do the double play, I would have to just risk not having another 6-drop Luffy in my hand, because it's very unlikely that I'm going to see another 6-drop Luffy off of the top 3 that I see. So then I think that I'm just going to go ahead and drop. Yeah, I'm going to tap 7, play Ivankov again, get the guaranteed Luffy. I draw until I have 3 cards in hand, and then I play the 6-drop Luffy. And then I'm just going to use his on play, because there's no point in swinging with a double attack Luffy. I could have waited and swung with, like, you know, double attack Luffy, but he's got 2 Borsalino on field, so probably not going to happen this turn. And I'm going to swing with 7-drop. He's going to go in and block and save his Borsalino. So yeah, then I go ahead and swing with Luffy. Then he combos out of both of those to keep the Borsalino on the field, and then I swing with my 5k, because now the Borsalinos are tapped, so then I can actually swing it and threaten with Mr. 3. And then right now he's just reading and making sure they're both autos. And then I was like, yeah, since they're both autos, you actually get to choose. They're both autos that happen at the end of the turn, so you get to choose the order in which they resolve. So you can actually choose to proc Leader's effect first to draw the 2 cards, and then Mr. 3's effect to trash a card, to restand him. And then he's going to go ahead and take that life. I draw 2 cards at the end of the turn. I trash a Mr. 2. Now I have 1 card in hand, and then I have a blocker standing. And now this is, the blocker is more of, if it kind of makes it so he can't just do like a really heavy swing into the 7-drop or 6-drop, because he's probably going to be able to pop like Luffy. He's going to be able to pop a 6-drop, but then I wanted to keep the blocker open just in case he wanted to Dawn up and just swing into him. And then it just makes him not really be able to do that, because if he decides to drop a bunch of Dawn, he knows that it's just going to get blocked, and it's kind of a wasted swing. It's a waste of energy. The 6-drop Luffy is currently a 4 cost because of Tashigi. So he does have play lines, like he could Sakazuki to blow it up, which he might do. Yeah, okay, so he does tap 6 for Sakazuki, trashes a card, gets rid of the 6-drop Luffy that's standing. But that kind of leaves him in an awkward spot, because yeah, he can swing 6 into it, and then he's going to -4 Dawn to try and get that card out of my hand. I think he was kind of hoping that that was a dead card, because if that was like a 7-drop Ivankov, then the Luffy would have died. So I think that's why he was willing to risk it and -4 of his Dawn. And then I'm going to swing with 7-drop Ivankov. I'm going to go ahead and do 8. And I'm doing this specifically because he has 2 Borsalino blockers. So if he decides to block with Borsalino, he would still have to drop 2 cards to defend the Borsalino if we want to keep it. So he's going to block with the Borsalino and let it die. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to swing 8k into lead. And he will decide to block and let Borsalino die. And then I will swing 9k into leader now, because now I'm trying to take more cards out of his hand if he wants to like combo out, and then he's going to go ahead and take that life, because I'm really trying to force him down to like that 1-0 card life area so that he can't establish a 10-drop Kuzan. He did already -4 Dawn though, so I'm kind of safe from that. looking at hand, and then... looking at top 5 with Buggy. And I go ahead and grab a 4-cost blocker. Pretty good. So now I'm probably only going to use 1 Dawn. I'm probably going to put like 1 Dawn on leader. Or, yeah, Mr. 3. I'm swinging Tashigi so that he would have to drop 2 cards if he wanted to save Tashigi. And he's going to go ahead and let Tashigi die. And then I'm going to swing at lead to get 1 more card out of his hand. Because I don't think that he's going to let himself go down to 0 life yet. Yeah, he's going to counter out with a queen. And then I'm going to tap 4. Play Mr. 3. Draw 2. And I'm probably going to drop 1. Oh, crazy. Well, I mean, I'm pretty comfortable here. I'm probably thinking like, oh, there's no way that he clears my board right now. Just like the game state, I think that it was better to just drop the 7-drop Ivankov and then keep the 2k in my hand. So now it's like my 7 drops are pretty safe because he only has 2 swings maximum. And I have 2 blockers. So like no matter how big he swings into them, it's fine. The only way that he can KO them now is that if he uses modifiers and then KOs them. Because just a straight up Sakazuki only gets 5 cost or less. So that's why I think I felt so safe doing this. Okay, so he's going to 6-drop. He's going to pop a blocker. Now it's not super safe, but he no longer has a bunch of Dawn to swing into them with. So it does a similar thing. Yeah, he's going to swing 7 to 7, and then I'm going to combo out with Mihawk. Then now what he can do is, so he's going to swing at life. And he's going to keep that 2 Dawn up. He probably has an event card in hand. But it's pretty unlucky. 7k is a really good number on cards because it's base for 5k leaders. It's like already the magic number. So I probably can just swing, 7k. Yeah, I'm just going to swing 7k into lead. Just to start getting cards out of his hand. Because right now, 1, 2, 3... I'm trying to see. I think he's got like 4 cards in hand. So yeah, he's just going to go ahead and use the event card right now to get out of it. And then he has 2 cards left in hand. So this is looking very rough for Zephyr right now. Yeah, I'm going to swing 7 at lead. So since he has 2 cards, if he wanted to counter out, he would have to use both of his cards. He's probably going to end up taking it. Yeah, he has to take it. And then I'm going to go ahead and just Dawn up on my Luffy. Which, yeah. After he's like, yeah, I don't have the combo power to get out of that. Obviously, there's only 3 cards in hand. So that is Ivankov versus Zephyr. So if you can just not let them establish the 10 drop, then you're sitting pretty good. But black is still a very tough matchup for Ivankov. But thank you very much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.